See, Ben, what is killing manufacturing and what has robbed Kenyans of their jobs in this country is the influx of imports from other countries. I always ask myself, why don't we use the same approach to defend our economy like what other countries have done? Why don't I was expecting my president to say that from this date, we shall not allow any goods that can be manufactured in this country to come in. And if anybody wants to capture, if anybody wants to take advantage of the Kenyan market, they should be allowed and given incentives to set up shop and manufacturing industries in the country. Okay. But this goes a long way, Ben, briefly, in showing how at times how much our leaders don't care about us. I saw during the same prayer meeting whereby the ruling elite actually converged in a mock prayer to the nation. And I saw my governor, I come from Kirinyaga, when the entire medical fraternity in Kirinyaga was going on strike. I saw my governor ask my guru enjoying capacity and champagne at Safari Park. I mean, this is really wrong. My last point goes to the president that surely, and the deputy president, instead of the deputy president trying to appeal to the emotions of Kenyans on how poor he is, yet you know he's not poor, he's one of the richest Kenyans, these people should one day organize for a press briefing, apologize to the nation for wrecking and messing up the Kenyan economy and frustrating Kenyans, and really making Kenyans lose hope on their nation, and do the honorable thing that Theresa May set presidents on, and just resign. I think we are tired of this rhetoric from our leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joshua Mutinda. They are calling us from the county of Murang'a. We also have Tiberius Onchari from Mombasa. Tiberius, habari ya Mombasa?
Mzuri, habari ya asubuhi.
Sio mbaya, tuambie una maoni yapi leo?
Leo niko na mambo mawili tu nataka kuzungumzia. One, corruption. Corruption, nimeona viongozi wetu wameketi wanaongea mambo ambayo hatuyaelewi. Sasa ukiangalia kama wakati wa ule wa National Prayer Day, wameketi wanazungumzia mambo ambayo ukiangalia pale kulikuwa na kiongozi wa judiciary, kiongozwa na Maraga, parliament, ukiona pale kuna Muturi na ule mwenzake, alafu na rais naye akiongoza executive. Sasa wao badala waite viongozi kama wale waketi waseme tunadaiwa Kenya trilioni 6, wacha tuchangisha sisi kama viongozi, hiyo pesa tumeiba, tuketi tuangalie ni ngapi tunatoa, tulipe hayo madeni once and for all. Unaona kuna mtoto wa gavana moja kwa kaunti yake 100 million, na sisi ambao ni waraia wa kawaida hata 10 shillings hatuna kwa account. Alafu wao wanaketi tu wanasherekea. Jambo lingine.
Naam.
Jambo lingine, uliona jana viongozi wanasosana kati ya Sonko na ule women rep wa Nairobi. Wale wanafaa kuwa viongozi ama wanafaa kuwa wale viongozi wa kijijini? Wale ni viongozi wanakuwa viongozi wa kitaifa kweli? Hayo ndio mambo ambayo tunashangaa Kenya hii. Hatujui tunaelekea wapi. Watu wanalia njaa, watu wanalia shida. Alafu unaona viongozi wameketi tu, ni kuiba tu kila siku kuiba.
Asante Tiberius kwa maoni yako. Tiberius Onchari, they are calling us from the county of Mombasa with a lot of frustrations on the political class in this country. We also have Murgor Ibrahim calling us from Eldoret in the county of Uasin Gishu. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good.
Let me start with the Somalia issue first.
Yes.
Somalia issue has been there for many years. It is something that tungekaa chini wote kama Afrika and we try and sort out our own issues instead of depending on other people to sort our own issues. If you look at sometimes back, Uganda walikuwa na claim wanaenda paka Naivasha. The Tanzanian claim the other side.
Yes.
The time has come for we to sit down as Africans, look at our problems from Africa point of view, and also what we need to do is open up borders, the way Europe does. Utatoka London, uende paka France, utoke France, uende paka Prague, utoke Prague, uende paka Poland. And yet here you cannot even cross to Uganda. And also inside Kenya, imekuwa ni ngumu. If you go to another county, they tell you go back to your county. If you go to it, they tell you go back to where you came from. It is high time we sit down as Africans, look at our own problems, and make sure that we sort our own problems as Africans. Also, when it comes to issues vile president alitoa ni juzi na support ule bwana kutoka Mombasa. Alisema kwamba port imejaa containers ambaye ni biashara za watu. It's the same as second-hand clothes.
Right.
We kill our industries so that we can import second-hand clothes. Europeans always say that anybody who puts on second-hand clothes is like putting on dead people's clothes. That means you have dead brains. You understand? It's high time we stop so many things and revive our industries. And tomorrow we can sit around the table with the rest of the world and talk as equal partners. You cannot be equal with someone while you're putting on dead people's clothes. Unaenda kuvaa nguo ya mama, hujui kama alinyongwa, ama aliuawa, ama alirepiwa, ama alifanywa nini, hujui huyu kama alinyongwa, umevaa longi yake. It is high time we look at ourselves as Africans. Africa has become like a playground. It's a ground where somebody comes from Europe with slippers, he goes home with a private jet, courtesy of a fellow African.
Okay.
If you look at the history of Africa, wherever they are, hakuna Mwafrika anayefanya Mwafrika kaishi life maisha ambaye ni ya maana. The only person who tried to make Africans be Africans and be respected, it was Muammar Gaddafi. The rest of us, we talk about money every day. We steal billions from our own people. We talk about building roads, and yet we don't build. We siphon millions of money. It is high time we sit down. I support that young lady there. Na huyu jamaa huyu katikati is like a warmonger. If somebody wants to incite war, we don't want to fight with Somalia. We don't want to go to war with any neighbors. We are brothers. We are Africans.
Right.
We came through slavery.
All right, Murgor, so it's an African problem from where you sit.
It is an African problem.
So should we get out of the ICJ process then?
Of course we need to come back and sit down as Africans, talk to each other. We were slaves as Africans. We were colonized as Africans. How can you go back to the same people who sold you in the market and ask them to solve your own problems? How? It is very impossible, my brother.
All right.
Wakati imefika babangu na kuona ndugu, unaniona mimi dadako, unaniona mimi nani kwako, mimi mwokozi wako, wewe mwokozi wangu. Nobody will ever save Africa.
Just one more question for you, sir. Just one more question for you. What is your take on the war on theft of public funds in this country now?
We should bring back capital punishment. Anybody who steals from Africans, that is genocide. An African who steals from Africans is a murderer. You understand?
Yes.
He's a murderer. He's killing his own people. Europeans cannot. I will talk about Wetangula. Let me give you an example of Wetangula. Wetangula, to me, you will call him a thief, but to me, is somebody who went there and recovered the money. He sold a gold to a former slave dealer, and the gold never left Africa, by injected 400 million to our economy.
You seem to have more. You seem to have more information than we do, sir. Those are. We have to say those are your thoughts. Those are your comments. Do you have evidence to this?
Evidence to back what, my brother?
Sorry?
About what?
About what you're saying about Wetangula.
No, if you look at the Europeans, when they steal from Africa, nobody criticizes them back home.
All right.
But when an African steals from someone from outside, you start criticizing. That is recovery. Okay. You are recovering what was taken from you.
Thank you. Thank you, Murgor. Very articulate, very direct in what he says. Very good views there. He just called Mark a warmonger. We shall be hearing from Mark very soon. We also have Agri Lukoya, I believe, still on the phone lines. Agri, how are you, sir?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Great, great.
Yeah,
what's your take today?
This is Agri Lukoya from Bungoma.
Yes.
A very small village called Namuela.
How's Namuela?
Namuela is very fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Straight on the point.
Yes.
On the matters of corruption. I think the Kenyan government has no goodwill or rather good strategy to fight corruption. Just from the word go. Those involved in theft cases are seen working freely, just standing themselves to be know-how. E.g., we have those who are involved in contraband sugar, and we have seen that the government has not taken any step to arrest those who are involved. I think from what President Huru is saying,
yes,
I think he should put things into practice. He should mean what he said. Let him not speak the vice versa of what is supposed to be done. Okay. 2,
All right.
I think on the issue of a KDF in Somali, I think the government should come up clearly with a good strategy to withdraw KDF soldiers from Somali.
Yes.
To avoid the existing good relationship between Kenya and Somali.
All right. Yes.
While following the conversation, I think the conflict is not between Kenyans and Somalians, because it's the KDF soldiers engaging in war with the Al-Shabaab.
Okay.
Yes.
Many thanks, Agri Lukoye, calling us from Namwela village in the county of Bungoma. Thank you for your views. Let's wind this up, ladies and gentlemen. Dismas, let me begin with you. Just your closing comments, really. We have 2 minutes on.
Well, you know, Muga has
indicated what has been said by our viewers.
Yes, Muga has indicated that anybody who steals from Kenya is supposed to face a capital punishment. Yes, and I think that's a good idea, because in a country like China, when you steal and you're found to be an architect of corruption, you are shot dead. But the main issue we have in Kenya is corruption and the role of the National Treasury. And in my view, the CS Rotich should come to terms that is having a challenge navigating that ship, and look for finance ministers who did a very good job, and understand when Mwai Kibaki was Minister for Finance, he did a very good job. Right. So maybe Rotich should organize a meeting with Mwai Kibaki and understand how he managed the situation, and also have a meeting with Musalia Mudavadi and understand how he managed the situation. But if he doesn't do that, then all these things we've been seeing are taking place, like people complaining about suicide, depression, and everything else, is going to become the order of the day. Right. And lastly, a question from the National Breakfast Day. How come countries in the Europe that do not engage in a lot of prayer have got a very good socioeconomic lifestyle? And a country like Kenya, where we pray daily, very loud, people dance, and then sometimes you are referred to as arrogant and lavish. How come after all those prayers, the good Lord does not listen to our prayers? Okay. Is there something that we need to do?
Good question, Mark.
Well, to answer Dismas, you know, one of the funniest things about Christians and Jesus is that when Jesus faced a problem, he solved it. When Christians face a problem, they pray. That's where the problem is. Number two, Kenya as a country is in a state where it's in urgent need of repair. Now, that urgent need of repair must be understood, that we are not going to receive a Messiah from heaven to come and save us. Okay. Our saviors are, number one, ourselves, and number two, the leaders that we chose. And we must push those leaders every day to deliver on what they promise. The president must take full responsibility and be able to deliver on what he's promised us in terms of the Big Four, the fight against corruption, and everything. Right. Lastly, I'm not a warmonger. I simply believe, like the man in the Bible who stood and fought every Philistine to protect his patch of Ndengu. All right. Kenya has some Ndengu off its coast. Let's try and keep it together. I did not mention war anywhere.
Thank you.
Quickly. Number one, there is no war on corruption. If 20% of funds coming into the country somehow get stolen and disappear, there is no war on corruption. We just have misdirects, belligerence, and more theft. The executive, legislature, and judiciary continues to protect their own. No one is protecting Wakenya. And as I said, and I will underscore as my parting shot, I refuse to be objective. I refuse to accept that it is our fault somehow that we are in the situation that we are in. Until there is a respect for the poor, there's pro-poor policies in this country, I will say that there's nobody standing for Wakenya. And finally, no matter what anybody says, the boundary dispute is about oil. It's about billions and billions of dollars worth of oil. And this is why there's such a kerfuffle.
Thank you so much. G-Shop says, we are Africans, let's embrace Somalia, we depend on each other. Victor Think Tank says, Ben, Kenya is very ripe for revolution, nothing more. We need fresh leaders in this country. Michael Kiteki says, Kenya government is indirectly allowing our country to be taken. The Elmi Triangle is now in South Sudan. Magingo Island is in Uganda. Somalia taking our maritime resources. And Francis Changoli finally says, corruption. Judiciary is to blame. It's so unfortunate they threw out DCJ's case on a technicality. She said, this is a total setback to our efforts of the other agencies. Many thanks for your tweets, for watching Inside Politics this Sunday. Thank you to my panel. Dismas Mokwa, the Duke of Mosocha, political risk analyst, communication strategist Mark Bichache, not a warmonger, yes, and humanitarian and development consultant Jorotich say. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Always a pleasure having you on the set. I'm Ben Kitili. Thank you for watching Inside Politics. Be sure to join us every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we dissect the biggest political and policy issues in the Republic.
And as I look around the whole world where Kenyans have migrated to, we have enormous supply of qualified manpower and women power all over the world. And we hope that they'll come back and that they'll join us in building that new Kenya. So as we think of that new Kenya, please let us make a decision today that history shall be written by historians, and that we don't spend a lot of valuable time wasting time arguing about who did what or who should have done what and did not do. Let us focus on things which require doing, and there are very many things which require doing. And let us focus on action, and let us focus on creating a sense of peace. A sense of peace is what is needed in this country, more than anything else. More than anything else, you want Kenyans to feel that when they are at home, they have peace, they will not be attacked by anyone, and above all, that no one is going to waste their time manhunting, searching for people, pestering others. No, there is no time for that. Let us promote peace.